Today we are making anabolic cheesecake bites. This recipe is friggin' delicious and it is loaded down with protein and it's so good. You could give this to somebody that didn't realize that it was actually better for you and they would have no idea. This recipe takes minimal ingredients, is easy to make, and I'm telling you, if you've been having a sweet tooth lately and you're on a diet, this one's really gonna help you out. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you're all having a good day and you're ready to make some anabolic gains. I know I am, so without further ado, let's get this started. Come on. We're gonna start this off with a food scale and a mixing bowl. Don't skip the food scale, people. If I were you, I'd attach it to your hip. If you track your calories and you track your protein and you weigh everything out with one of these, there's literally no way that you can't see results. It's physically impossible. Incorporate this, you're gonna win long term. Now we're gonna start by weighing out 168 grams of fat-free cream cheese. Just this ingredient alone is gonna save us a ton of calories over full-fat cream cheese. And a little pro tip for you, if you let this cream cheese reach room temperature before you start using it, it's gonna make it way easier to mix up. So keep that in mind. Now we move on to the next ingredient, which is 128 grams of plain fat-free Greek yogurt. We're getting a lot of protein here while also keeping those calories down because we're going with the fat-free version. And now we need to add 46 grams of a vanilla whey protein powder. I'm using that Final Boss whey. This is the cinnamon toast swirl flavor, which gives it a nice little flavor, but really as long as you use vanilla, you're gonna be all right. And if you want a tub of this, you can grab it at finalbossperformance.com. Use code RJF10, you'll save 10%. And now for the filling, we just need a couple more things. I'm gonna use some 0-calorie sweetener, which is gonna help sweeten it up without adding any calories. We're just gonna pour about 15 grams in here. And then finally, we're just gonna add about 3 grams of vanilla extract. And then once we got all the ingredient filling down here in the bowl, we're gonna go in with a spoon and start mixing everything together. The most important thing we wanna do here is break up these cream cheese clumps. It's much easier if we let that get to room temperature. As you'll see, I just gotta kind of press down on it, move around, and it all starts incorporating. But if you do this from like a fresh out of the fridge block of cream cheese, it makes it a little more difficult and a little more clumpy. So let that reach room temperature, mix this for a few minutes. Once it reaches the same consistency throughout, you know you're gonna be good to go. Once we whip our cream cheese filling and it's nice and smooth, we gotta put it in the freezer for about 30 to 40 minutes. You want it to firm up. It's gonna make shaping these into balls way easier. So we'll just toss it right down in here, boom. And while we're waiting on that batter to firm up, don't forget, all of my recipes are available in the RJF Anabolic Cookbook. I say it a lot, but I'm gonna repeat myself. It's not the foods you eat that are making you gain weight or not see results, it's the amount of protein and calories you're eating. So as long as you follow these recipes and track your calories, the results will become apparent no matter what. Hit that link down below. You get it one time, you get every recipe I add for the future of this channel for free. It's a heck of a deal. And now we're gonna get to the crust for these cheesecake bites. What we need is good old-fashioned honey graham crackers. The majority of cheesecakes, unless they're a very special kind, use a graham cracker crust. So this way, we're gonna have that authentic crust flavor with every single bite. What we're gonna do is weigh out 47 grams. See, look how accurate I'm being. Break that in half, bingo. And then now what we wanna do is crush these up. I'm gonna get a large bag, toss the graham crackers down in here, let the air out, seal her up. Then I'm gonna take a +5 tool of Elven bludgeoning or an ice cream scoop, and I'm gonna start breaking these down. The goal is to turn this into a fine powder with some minor chunks in it to be our crust. And once we've beaten it into a crumbled powder, we're just gonna put it back in that same bowl. And after about 35 minutes in the freezer, look at our batter here. It's nice and firm and the perfect consistency to get these balls rolling. So here's how this is gonna go down. I'm gonna start by getting a nice spoon of our batter here, about yay big. Then I'm just gonna toss it right in here with our graham crackers. And then once it's in here, I'm just gonna shake it up. And as you can see, it's getting covered in our graham cracker coating. And if you look, I can actually get down in here, pick it up, and you can see the graham crackers have stuck right to it. What I like to do is use my hands, shape it up into more of a ball, which this isn't necessary really unless you're trying to take pics for the gram. Then I'll toss it back down in. Just kind of keep shaking it around until it's fully coated. And then once I got it right where I wanted, it's got that nice graham cracker crust all around it. I'm just gonna sit it down inside a Tupperware container. And from here, I'm just gonna rinse, repeat, take my cheesecake batter, put it right down in our breading bowl, shake it around, coat it up, pull it out, inspect it to see if it's beautiful, and place it down in the Tupperware. Let's rinse, repeat till all of these are coated. Here we go. We officially got all of our cheesecake balls breaded and ready for consumption. You could literally eat them right now and they're gonna be amazing, but personally what I like to do is slap some Tupperware on them, just like so, and then place them in the freezer. These are gonna be good for up to 2 months in there. So if you wanna meal prep them, make them in advance and save them for a midnight snack, that works perfectly. So we'll toss these down in here and I'll go ahead and pull out the ones I made last night. And then what I'll do is take a knife and cut this right down the middle so you can see what we're working with. And check me out here, man. We got the graham cracker crust, and on the inside, you can see our cheesecake filling, along with some extra graham crackers down in there. The reason this occurred was because I breaded it and then I folded it into a ball using my hands. So fold some of that graham cracker down in there, which, hey, I don't got a problem with it. And my favorite part about this recipe is actually when you freeze them. I don't know if you guys have ever had frozen cheesecake before that's slightly thawed, but that is my absolute favorite. When you freeze these balls, you pull them out, let them sit for like 5 minutes, then you eat them. Oh my goodness. Not only is this one of the best desserts you're ever gonna have, but I mean it when I say you'll have no idea this is actually better for you and anabolic. All right, so I've shown you guys just how we throw these balls together, but now we gotta do a live taste test on camera. So if you made it this far in the video, if you could please hit that thumbs up button for me, that would mean the world, helps the channel out a ton. Comment anything down below, even if it's just an emoji, that helps the algorithm. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. Now, let's get to the taste test. Ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. Don't forget, the Anabar restock has just went live. These might actually, by the time I'm showing you this, be sold out. So if you've missed them before, finalbossperformance.com, code RJF10, I'll save you 10%. White chocolate Oreo, white chocolate Fruity Pebble, the two best protein bars on this market. Don't at me. All right, let's get in here, man. I'm gonna start with this one right here, the one you guys saw earlier. Boom, baby. 3, 2, 1, let go. I don't even really know what to say. That cheesecake filling is sweet. The graham crackers are incredible. It literally tastes like cheesecake. I'm telling you. Freeze them for a little bit, pull them out. That's how you gotta do it. Wow. I seriously cannot put into words just how incredible this is. I mean, take a look at that graham cracker crust right there. If you make this and you taste the filling before you actually freeze, I mean, you know it's good. You know it's gonna be good. You combine those two things, oh man, we got a hitter, especially when it's out of the freezer. Literally, it becomes like the ultimate anabolic dessert. Holy cow. And the best part about this recipe is that really, you make it, you portion it out, because I'm only having half of the recipe right here, but you portion it out into Tupperware, it's gonna be good for months in there. So you wanna take that Tupperware with you to work, or you wanna save it for a rainy night when those cravings are really knocking and you need something sweet, but you don't want to throw your diet off. Whew, can't really do much better than this. Now, this entire recipe, if you make it exactly how I did it, which you end up with for the entire thing, is only 591 calories, 7 grams of fat, 69 grams of protein, 63 grams of carbs, 4 grams of fiber. So what I'm eating here, half of this recipe is about 35 grams of protein, about 3.5 grams of fat, around 300 calories. Not too shabby. I'm telling you, if you went somewhere and you ordered their cheesecake balls, they like had them in a dessert place, and you had that right there, you'd have a really hard time convincing me that this wasn't just like the bad for you version. Real talk. But once you eat it, you get it all through your system, you're not gonna feel like crap, you're not gonna feel like you just had a ton of sugar, you're not gonna feel like you just ate way too many calories. I mean, it's really a mental battle, man, which I really think is what half of dieting is, right? If you can get over the mental hurdle, you hit your calories, hit your protein every day, the rest just falls into place like dominoes knocking each other over, man. And before we know it, we're down to the final bite. Let's get it. This recipe here for me is an easy 10 out of 10. I mean, perfect dessert right here. I guarantee you take the time, you make this, you put it all together, you're gonna love it. And if you take the time, make sure you tag me on Instagram, preferably your story, that way I'll see it and I'll repost it if I get to it. And for those of you people out there that have my cookbook, it has been updated. So this recipe is now in there. We just hit 200 pages and this thing keeps growing. So for those of you that have shown support and gotten the book, I appreciate you so much. And just know, we're gonna keep dropping more fire recipes and this thing's gonna keep getting bigger. Hit that link down below, man. It's like having magic literally in your pocket. Appreciate you guys as always. Smash that thumbs up button for me, comment anything down below. Help that algorithm out, subscribe if you're not subscribed. And until next time, ladies and gents, I will see each and every one of you at the next video. See you guys. Bam, bam. Ooh, we out, baby.